We would like to welcome in Sox pitcher and elite hitter Zach Bussmann to the table once again here. A lot to get to, Zach. We'll just open things up to you. Opening statement about the upcoming final tournament and your thoughts going forward.
Well, can't wait for the final tournament. It's time to win a championship, and it's the biggest week of the year. So looking forward to it. Glad we got the number one seed, and we're working hard over here to produce another title.
All right, we'll open up the questions here. Over to Mike 7, far back left. Yeah, Zach, we'll just start things off. We talked about earlier before the season, your expectations, your team's expectations. How do you feel you did coming up to this point, putting yourself in position as the number one seed?
I think we had a really solid year. We did well. Would have liked for Garrett to have been there for both tournaments, just because he's such a pivotal focal point on our team, since we only have 3 players. Technically 4 because Jacob played, but I just think that if Garrett isn't on, that's a big deal. We're going to need him to be on. I know that he's practicing on his own a lot here for this event, and I'm not really worried about that. But that's my only concern with our entire year. Otherwise, we did great. We did what we were supposed to do, got the number one seed. Jordan's in top form. I feel I'm getting there. I'm close. I had a really good year, but we're ready to go and win this thing.
All right, absolutely. Moving over to Mike 5 in the front center. Zach. So you have a matchup with the Oars. That was with the new rules. With the seeding, the top seed will have a decision between the 3 and 4 seed, who they're going to play. 1 and 9 Oars and a little better elite team. And manager Garrett Greggy decided to choose the Oars. Give me some of your thoughts on that matchup and how you think that'll play out.
It's a tough decision, either of those teams, because it's really competitive in this league. I personally probably would have chosen the elites, not gonna lie. But I see where Garrett's coming from. They had a 1 and 9 season. So I just think that Devin Nelson is one of the all-time great MNWA players, and we saw what he did in 2015 when he won that championship as a 4 seed. He just seems to always come alive for this final tournament, especially since it's on his home turf. And I fully expect him to be on his game pitching, and we're going to need to be on our game pitching too. I expect a close game, to be honest. And I get where Garrett's coming from with John Cronin. He's emerging as such a star in this league. He absolutely killed it against great competition in the MNWA tournament. He hit a bunch of home runs. The guy's nasty when he's on pitching. But that's not always the case. And Devin, at least, is going to always throw strikes. I don't know. But I'm not worried about whoever we play. I think we'll win. That's basically what I have to say about it, to be as honest as possible.
All right, we'll head to Mike 3, back center. So Zach, just another, situation you have. We have all of these major leagues. Home field, home court advantage is talked about frequently, and it shows evidence that, yes, that's a big factor in winning in playoff or final tournament type situations. But do you think that there's something more to this Oars team with a smaller sample size in the regular season this season, and a guy like Devin Nelson, who on his own field just he's won at the highest level there. He's just on his game. Do you think you'll see either rejuvenated Devin and confident Oars squad behind him following his lead that could pose some issues for you guys?
Absolutely. I think that home field is a huge advantage for Devin. That's where he practices all the time. He's very familiar with it, obviously. And you can just look back at his track record. His success there it's just amazing. And he's one of the best players in this league, and I expect him to be in form. Now his team, I think that they're not a bad squad. Like, that's the thing. Jay Zimmerman, his hitting ability and his fielding he's really athletic out there in the field. He's gonna make all the plays, and then at bat he's got that power. And it only takes one to win a game, especially when you're in a pitcher's duel like we sort of expect. And then the second thing to that, I guess, with their squad is that we've been informed that Matt Peiser might not be there. He's probably their second best player. He is their second best player, I would say. But a lot can change in 3 weeks. He might be there, and we need to be prepared for that as well. And if that's the case, then the Oars are definitely a huge threat to win it all.
And yeah, I guess another follow up to that. Do you think that there might be any future? I guess I wouldn't say a rule change, but maybe another benefit for the leading seed to have further say in where the final tournament will be, rather than just the commissioner and I guess simple, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? What works best for the rest of the league to show up at, Devin's had a great field all along. Do you think with field development and site locations being further developed, you'll have a say in that in the future if you have another 1 seed season?
Maybe. That's interesting. I have actually not thought about that much. I know that Matt Newell is looking into getting a new home, personally, and he's looking for a place that's going to have enough room for a wiffle ball field to be in his yard, which is awesome. That's pretty cool. And he's in actually a more central location to possibly host some sort of an event, not necessarily the final tournament. I mean, Devin's facility is top notch, and it's sort of tradition to go there, and it's the best field we play at all year in the MNWA. So even though he has an advantage, which is expected, it's not like if we go out there and perform that we're not going to be able to win. I mean, if we don't win, it's on us. Like, I know we can win, and we're going to have to be on our best.
All right, we got a question. Mike 1, right middle row here.
Ethan Fauble, Pioneer Press. Yeah, Zach, could you just talk about all the experts, including myself, have you and the Buxtons facing each other for the championship? Talk a little bit about the Buxtons for us here. Peter Monster and Ben Kapsner and the rest of that group of guys. Really deep team. What is it about them that you think could maybe cause a little hiccup in hoisting the trophy?
Defending champs. They brought everybody back. They haven't added anyone new. They're just such a tight unit. Very cohesive. Their manager, Ben Kapsner, is fantastic. That's why he won Manager of the Year again this year. He does a great job. And, this year, on a side note, I've played on, in the HRL League on the Diamondbacks. And if you don't know, essentially the Diamondbacks is the Buxtons minus Peter plus myself and Jordan Johnson. So I've gotten to know those guys really well and how they go about playing the game and winning games and stuff like that, philosophies that they use. So, they're just a really good team. They're really good. Everybody on their team can hit. Everyone's knows the game really well. They're all locked in. They all, want to win so bad. And But really, what makes them so good is Matt Newell, who won Pitcher of the Year this year again. He's a force of nature out there, and you always know that you got Matt Newell coming when you're playing the Buxtons, and it's a great challenge, and they're a great team. They could easily win it all this year.
All right, we got Mike 17 way back here behind this crowd here. Hey Zach, it's a pleasure as always to have you here. So, let's get back to more of the Sox. More about you guys, your bread and butter. Obviously, MVP Jordan Johnson. Talk a little bit about his transformation, what he's done, not only on the field but off the field, building his body, getting his mind right. How is that reflecting for the team, and how it's impacting everyone else around him?
Jordan's just been in the zone all year, and I think him and myself joining the HRL has been a big thing. It's a lot of extra practice and stuff. He's absolutely killing it in that league right now. By the way, he's doing a lot better than I am. No, he's just locked in, really enjoying wiffle ball like he never has before. Maybe I haven't seen him this passionate about the game since probably the Buffalo Giants days. He's really just loving the game, and I know he works hard in his personal life with his job. He's got a real taxing job on him now, and he just loves to play wiffle ball. That's something he loves to do, loves to work at. He loves the work, the grind, and it's certainly paid off. Jordan Johnson's looking like it's his league right now. The guy's at the top, so I'm happy for him, and I'm really glad to see his passion again for wiffle ball as well.
All right, we're gonna head to Mike 3. Time for I think one more here, front left. Zach, what's it gonna take then? What's it gonna take for you guys as an entire unit? What do you expect to see from these teams now that it's do or die for everyone? What's the atmosphere going to be like? What can the fans expect to see? Just kind of give us a rundown on that weekend and your mentality, just everything that goes into it.
I see ourselves showing up about an hour and a half before game time on that Saturday morning. And, I think Garrett, Jordan, and myself are all going to warm up together, pitching-wise. And whoever seems to be the most confident is going to go in that game one. I have confidence in all three of us. Whoever's on gives us a great chance to win. And I'm expecting that Devin's going to be in top form. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting that. I know he's going to be on the mound, and I expect him. We're planning like Devin's about to go out and pitch the best game that he can. That's our thought. And if he does that, it's going to be really tough. And we're not trying to put pressure on ourselves, but you got to be prepared for that. And as for the other teams, if I were to make predictions, I think that the Buxtons might beat the Elites like 6-0, game one. I could also see the Elites, having a really tough, close game, and either of those teams winning a one-run ball game. If I had to choose, I'd say the Buxtons will win, and then it's on us to win. It's a double elimination, but I just think that the Oars are such a sneaky team, and it's going to be tough to beat them. And, I think we will beat them. I think that one of us will be on pitching really well in that game, and it'll get us through. And then it's going to sort of shape up like what I think a lot of people are expecting is a Buxtons and Sox duel in the championship. And that's what I hope happens. I'm excited for that. That would be, you're talking the best three players on the field playing each other for a championship. 3-game series, most likely, you would think, since it's double elimination. And I mean, I can't wait. Cannot wait for that.
All right, awesome. Just to close, Eric, do you have any final thoughts that we may have missed that it's on your mind that you want everyone just to know, or that you think needs to be addressed, just regarding the league?
I don't know. Could you kind of angle that some sort of way?
Considering with the final tournament coming up, the spot we're at, I mean, if there's, just our, excitement level, what you're looking for, even, to take out of this tournament, regardless of outcome, and then even moving forward into this next off season. Are you even thinking that far out, or just, I guess, what thoughts do you have that maybe you would like to address?
Alright. First off, I guess, if I had an analogy about the venue we're at, it's basically Nadal at Wimbledon, or at on clay, Nadal on clay, if you're Devin Nelson over there, so, we need to definitely bring our A game here. And then, there's been a little dry spell because I haven't won a championship for the past 2 seasons. They've gone by. I haven't won, didn't even make it the last 2 years. Didn't even make it to the championship. So, we're hungry. Me and Jordan are really hungry to get back into the winning circle. And we're going to do whatever it takes. Like, we want this one bad. I mean, it's going to sting hard if we're not right there with a chance to win this weekend. So, as for the off season, no, I'm not even thinking about that. Just focused on the prize at hand and what we need to do. So.
All right, awesome, Zach. Once again, I'd like to thank all the reporters for coming out. This has been a great chat with you, Zach. So signing off from MNWA Wiffle News Network. Once again, wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.